Hey, what's up guys? Thought I'd make this video today because today has been a very special day for me. Just to sort of preface, this really isn't going to have anything to do with the gaming channel. There's a new Retro Nightmares coming out soon. I posted a little teaser the other day, and that's all well and good. Hopefully that'll be out next week. No, this is about me in general. This is probably going to be a heavily edited video because just trying to get the words together for this. I'm not really good on the fly, so just be sort of a roughly edited video, just sort of explaining what kind of things I've gone through past several months specifically, but also just since I've been inactive for so long. The last video I did for a long time was the E.T. review for PS1, and then it was about a year, and I made the review for Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories, and then I guess about 8 months later, the latest review came out, and now hopefully I'm going to be back with some sort of regularity. So what's been keeping me from making videos? Well, I made a video after the E.T. review that I needed to leave for a while because I had run into some trouble, both financially and health-wise. Just things weren't going good. Everything felt like it was falling apart. I was entering into a very deep depression, and it's the sort of thing I don't share. I'm a very prideful person. If I'm in trouble emotionally, people just don't hear about it. What it boils down to was I was living in the house that I originally was making reviews in. It was a lake house, and I had lost my job sometime before that, and I was managing to make do because the house was actually on my grandfather's property, and eventually it just got to the point where I couldn't live there anymore. It became completely impossible. So what happened was I was pretty much forced out of that house, not out of any spite or anything from my grandfather. You know, he felt bad that I had to get out, but the thing is, some things happened in their lives, and basically I had to go. In fact, that whole house isn't even there anymore. So basically I was forced out, and I had to do the worst thing that anybody in their 20s would ever think they have to do, and that's move back in with their mother. Who wants to live with their mother when they're in their 20s? You know, so obviously that's going to affect you a lot. Obviously I made a couple of more videos after moving back into there, but I lost all motivation. I lost all the happiness that I ever could have had. And it came with struggles of trying to find my place in life. I was working at a restaurant for a while, and that was consuming my life a pretty good amount because it was a newly opened restaurant. I was working, anywhere from 10 to 12 hours a day, and that was it was a very enriching experience. I was on my feet all day. I was moving around. I lost maybe about 30 pounds while I was just working there, and that was really helpful. Before that, you can look at some of my early Retro Nightmares reviews, and I was probably approaching the 400-pound mark if I wasn't there already. And that was a tough pill to swallow. I wouldn't know for sure if I had hit 400 pounds because around that time I wasn't weighing myself at all. I couldn't. There was enough wrong with my life. I couldn't bear to look at a scale at that point. I knew I was doing bad. Of course, there was always an excuse for it, or there was always a, next week this starts new, and I'm gonna eat better, and blah 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 blah, and it never happened just because I wouldn't let myself get over this fact that I'm depressed. You can't do those things. You might as well eat and make yourself happy. So, bit of a bad step for me was pretty much accepting that I was fat and that I would never not be fat. But anyway, by the end of working at the restaurant actually closed down in March, and like I said, I was on my feet all day. I wasn't eating a whole lot while I was there, because after the first few weeks of eating at a restaurant, you don't want to eat at the restaurant anymore. You don't want to eat the food that you cook all day, every day, for hundreds of people, for dozens of people, whatever. So after that was all said and done, well, now obviously I'm not living with my mother anymore, thankfully. I've got my own place thanks to some other instances that occurred. I've got money to support myself for the time being, And starting back in spring, I started going to school, but also starting back late February, my mom was actually moving, and I was helping her move along with my brother and another cousin, and I was moving boxes to and from the new house. I was carrying boxes upstairs, furniture, everything, and I was getting so exhausted because at this time I was weighing about 370 pounds. Better than 400, but not good. So I was suffering. I was out of breath, out of doing everything. I couldn't do as much as my brother and my cousin were doing at the time, and I think it all came to a head right there. And before we left, my brother, he goes to the gym quite often. I just asked him, what time do you go to the gym? Because I need to start going with you. And at first, and we did start going, and at first when I was going, I thought it would be something else that I was about to quit, because it was hard at the beginning. I stopped wanting to do it. Cutting back on my food was hard, and I was just like, man, I just want a big burger and 8 pizzas right now. And it was really hard to adjust to that, and it still is. To say that I'm eating perfect right now, I'm not, but eating better, obviously. So and in addition to going to the gym in the past 7 months now, and going to school from January until up in this past May, and probably starting here again in a few weeks if everything checks out. It's been really busy, and since I put out the Yu-Gi-Oh review, I was officially out of my slump because things were looking up at that point. Things still are looking up. So just get to the bare bones today. Today is very, very special to me because after almost 7 months of hard work and dedication, I have gone from 370 pounds to 295 pounds. Today is the first day that I've weighed under 300 pounds since probably my 10th grade year in high school. And maybe even before that. I don't remember how much I weighed in high school. And I just feel like I could take on anything right now. And I feel so good that my brother has helped me through all this, and everything just seems to be getting better after 4 years almost of just feeling like I was worthless and that nothing was ever going to go right, and feeling like that dying might be the only way to make everything better. I would never consider myself suicidal, but there were nights when I was just like, if I don't wake up tomorrow, that would be okay. And that was so selfish of me to think that, because I have so many good friends that I love, and I love my family so much that I hate myself for ever thinking like that. And I'm just so happy now that I feel happy. You never know how things are going to turn out. I want to get down to a healthy weight and be able to do things that I've wanted to do my whole life, but I haven't been able to because I've kept myself literally weighed down. I had convinced myself that you're never going to do any of those things, You're too fat, you're too depressed, you're too useless. You don't have any dedication in you whatsoever. And I know that it's wrong now. And I can do whatever I want to. My dream is just to make people happy. No matter what I do in life, I just want to do something that makes people happy. I want to entertain people. That's why I like having this YouTube channel, and I hate that I've neglected it for so long, but I feel like if I had tried to focus in on this YouTube channel, I may have not made time to improve myself and be truly happy. And forcing comedy just isn't something you can do when you're not really happy. So it's been fun doing all this, and it's been really fun to work out. It's gotten to where it's fun. Everything is fun. Just being able to do everything that people tell you that you're not going to be able to do, and just being able to do it. There's a lot of people to thank for my progress. Starting at the top, my brother. If my brother had not supported me, I'm not sure that I would be in any good place right now if it wasn't for my brother. And I thank him from the bottom of my heart. I'm so lucky to have him. And another just group of people to thank is all my friends who have been supportive and been happy for me, and the rest of my family just so supportive of me and everything. People I don't know on a personal level, I frequent a subreddit called Fat Logic, and it's a great place to go if you're trying to lose weight, because you can go there and you can see how ridiculous the things you tell yourselves are. Telling yourself that, oh, this is a reward for working out all day, that's wrong. And saying that, oh, I'm more muscle than fat, that's wrong. Because when you're fat, you find a way to justify everything, and it's all wrong. There's nothing to justify yourself with in being that size. When you're 400 pounds, there's nothing right about your life. There were so many times where I would talk about this, and there were people that would tell me that I was perfect the way I am, and to that I have to say just no. When you're waking yourself up from snoring because you are suffocating yourself, your own weight is suffocating you in your sleep, and you can't sleep on your back, that's wrong. When going up a flight of 10 steps, when I first moved into this apartment, I moved in on a lower level and I have to go up 10 steps to my car. When those 10 steps make you feel like you're about to have a heart attack, that's wrong. When you can't walk around a store, so you justify yourself getting the easiest things to get in, get out, not even actually shopping, just getting the stuff you want, that's wrong. When you can't see that you are dying, that's wrong. And these are all things that I wouldn't have been able to see without the help of the people at this subreddit. And another thing too, they'll help you through your weight loss. They are so supportive, and it is such a great community of great people, and it is literally the only subreddit I've gone to where I haven't gotten into an argument with somebody because it's such a great little community over there. It's another thing too, you go there and you learn to laugh at all the things you used to say that you justified to yourself for being overweight, and it's great to be able to look back on that and say, that was ridiculous. Why did I ever convince myself that that was okay? So, again, thank you to all the users at our Fat Logic. And I guess down at the bottom, I have to thank myself. You know, everybody who knows me knows I have no ego whatsoever, but there comes a time where you have to look at yourself and say, you've done damn good. And now when I look in the mirror, I can say that. I can look at the mirror and say that I've done damn good for myself. When you've lost 74 pounds, you've done damn good for yourself. When you've done something that you've convinced yourself that you would never be able to do, you've done damn good for yourself. And all the motivation, everything from everybody, I just want to say thank you, because I don't know if I'd be alive right now if I hadn't started this. And now, you know what, I can run up those stairs. I can run 2 miles non-stop and feel good and not feel like I'm about to die. I can run 2 miles and be like, whew, good stuff. And it's the things that everybody should strive for. You should never accept yourself for something you're not supposed to be. And you're not supposed to be 400 pounds. And you know what? I can't wait to go even further. Because as much progress as I've made, there's still there's still some weight to put off. There's still a little bit left to run, and I'm getting amped up for the holidays because I'm gonna see a bunch of people that don't know what I've been up to, and they're just, you know, again, stroking the ego a little bit, but I one of the best things is seeing people that I haven't seen in forever and seeing them look at me. It's a feeling that you can't describe, and you know, vanity just comes with it. You know, you want to talk about it all the time, and I apologize to anybody who I've talked their ear off about it, or I've brought up the topic a lot, but it's something that you just want to talk about, because when you've done as good as I have and continue to do so, it's just become such a big part of your life, because there's just nothing quite like being proud of something that you're becoming. And I don't know where the future takes me, and I can't wait to find out, really. If this marketing gig, you know, if it leads to a job that I love, then awesome. This YouTube channel, when I start picking up steam again, you know, who wouldn't love for their YouTube channel to take off and for it to be their living? There are some other ventures that I'm interested in. Maybe I won't explain them to you now at the behest of not being ridiculed for something else, but I'm just going to leave it at that. But really, that's all I have to say, because it's late. I'm a little tired. I'm probably not going to fall asleep for another 5 hours, though, because that's just how I work. But I'm so happy, and I'm glad that I have so many people. I mean, my subscriber base on YouTube isn't so many people, but my family, my friends, everybody that will see this video, I can share this with and be happy about it. Dismissed.